What would you do if every life you saved was being credited to someone else, and exposing the truth would destroy the only person who ever defended you? Dr. Amara Okafor's fingers brushed the Nigerian flag pinned to her scrub collar as she stood before the surgical assignment board. Her name had been there an hour ago, lead surgeon for the incoming trauma case. Now it was gone. In its place, Dr. Park Min-jun as lead, Dr. Okafor as assist. You're looking at it like it might change. Diane So appeared beside her. It won't. Park has 18 months of trauma experience. This is a multi-system collapse from a high-speed collision. I know, Amara. Dr. Kwon Jae-sung entered, white coat immaculate. Behind him, Dr. Park nearly jogged to keep pace, his face pale, hands trembling. Dr. Okafor, you'll assist Dr. Park on the Lee procedure. Your experience will be invaluable in a supporting capacity. Amara's jaw tightened. Her father's voice echoed. Merit, not connections. Always merit. With respect, Dr. Kwon, protocol designates the most experienced trauma surgeon as lead. I've performed 43 multi-system trauma repairs. Dr. Park understands the cultural expectations of high-profile families. These considerations matter. Patient comfort extends beyond technical skill. The implication hung in the air. You're too foreign. I'm recommending we proceed as assigned, unless you're suggesting you cannot work effectively as part of a team. The trap was elegant. Challenge him publicly and become the difficult foreign doctor. Stay silent, and a patient's life would hang on a surgeon who wasn't ready. Park's eyes were desperate. He knew he was in over his head. I can work as part of any team, Amara said finally. I'll assist. Diane waited until they were alone. You should have pushed back. I'm here on a work visa. One formal complaint and immigration reviews my institutional compatibility. I saved the patient. That's what I accept. The surgery lasted 6 hours. Park's hands shook through the first incision. Amara guided him through every decision, preventing disaster with words instead of her skilled fingers. When he nearly nicked the hepatic artery, she stopped his hand. When blood pressure dropped, she adjusted the protocol through suggestions that seemed like his ideas. By hour 5, he was looking to her for everything. Suture the liver laceration at a 45-degree angle, small stitches. You can do this. He did it, barely. When they closed, the patient was stable, alive. I couldn't have done that without you, Park said afterward. You did it, Amara said, washing her hands. The water ran clear, but she felt stained. Outside, dawn broke over Seoul. Through the hospital windows, she could see Park being congratulated by the Lee family. She'd saved him. Park would get the credit. Diane emerged from the hospital. How many? How many what? Cases like this, where your name gets moved to assist. 23. I've been keeping track. 23 is enough. If you've ever felt invisible in your own story, maybe you understand what comes next. And if you want to see how far someone will go to reclaim what's theirs, stay with us. This is just beginning. 3 weeks later, Diane texted at 2 a.m. Itaewon. The usual place. I have something. The cafe was nearly empty. Diane sat at the back table, laptop open, 2 cups of coffee going cold. 8 months, Diane said. I've been documenting everything, every case where you should have been lead and weren't. She turned the laptop around. I have proof. The spreadsheet was meticulous. 23 cases, all documented. This is from the hospital's internal scheduling system. Restricted access. I hacked it. Computer crimes in Korea carry a 3-year prison sentence. I know the law. I did it anyway. Because watching them erase you every day was making me complicit, and I couldn't keep being complicit. The evidence was undeniable. Statistical patterns proving systematic discrimination. It was everything she needed, and it would destroy Diane. You're asking me to use this. Diane pulled out a USB drive. I'm giving you a choice. Everything's on here. And enough to prove what you did to get it. Yes. Why would you risk this? A year ago, there was a Filipino nurse, Maria. Brilliant. A doctor made a medication error. Maria caught it, but the doctor blamed her. She was fired within a week, deported within a month. I did nothing. I won't do that again. If I use this, you'll lose everything. Prison, Diane. Maybe the ethics violation is big enough that they'll focus on Kwan instead. Maybe isn't good enough. You're not asking, I'm offering. My decision, my risk. Her phone buzzed. Dr. Okafor, please report to Dr. Kwan's office Monday, 9 a.m. New assignment. The rural clinic transfer, Diane said. He's making it official. Yangpyeong, 4 hours from Seoul. No trauma cases. Then you need this evidence now. There has to be another way. There isn't. This is the only way to prove what he's doing. I need time. You have until Monday. After that, you're gone. I'll be here Sunday night. You can give me your answer then. And if I say no, then I'll have to decide what to do with it myself. Outside, Seoul was waking up. Amara put the USB drive in her pocket and walked out into the morning. She had until Sunday to decide whose life she would destroy. Sometimes the people who believe in your story become part of it, and what happens next might change how you see everything. We'll be here when you're ready to find out. Monday morning, Dr. Kwan's office smelled like green tea and antiseptic. Amara had come without the USB drive. Kwan slid a folder across the desk. Transfer paperwork. Yangpyeong Rural Clinic, effective in 2 weeks. This is a rural general practice position. I'm a trauma surgeon. Yangpyeong needs doctors. There's value in serving communities outside Seoul. Communities where my specialization is irrelevant. Not everything is about prestige. Sometimes it's about service. The hypocrisy was stunning. And my application for permanent residency? That will be difficult without a strong institutional recommendation. Your assignment history shows inconsistent leadership opportunities. Because you've never given me consistent leadership opportunities. I've given you exactly what you were ready for. In Korea, we value the team over the individual. Perhaps that's difficult for someone from a more individualistic culture to understand. Racist and elegant. I'd like time to consider this transfer. You have until Friday. Kwan's tone became almost paternal. I'm not your enemy. I'm trying to help you find a place where you can thrive. He pulled out an envelope. Ministry of Health letterhead. Invitation to the annual Medical Excellence Awards ceremony. Dr. Kwan J. Sung, recipient of the Minister's Award for Advancement in Trauma Care Standards. 3 weeks from now. It would honor me if you attended. Advancement in Trauma Care Standards, built on 23 cases she'd performed. Will the ceremony be broadcast? Yes. National Medical Television. The minister himself will be there. She left with the invitation and transfer paperwork. Her phone buzzed. Diane, did you meet with him? Amara sent a photo of the transfer paperwork. Diane, Sunday night. We need to talk. In the break room, Dr. Obi waved her over. Kwan is transferring me to Yangpyeong. It's not a bad opportunity, peaceful, less stressful than Seoul. It's professional exile. It's survival. I've been here 18 years. You can't fight the system. Accept the transfer. In a few years, maybe you can come back. I'm not interested in just surviving. That evening, she studied the USB drive files. 23 cases, each one proof. The award ceremony invitation sat beside the transfer paperwork. Or maybe there was a third choice. She could stand up at that ceremony, live on national television, and speak the truth. Terrifying. Intoxicating. Her brother Chidi called from Lagos. When are you coming home? This is home now. Is it? Come home, Amara. You don't have to prove anything to them. I'm trying to prove it to myself. Father would want you to be happy." After he hung up, she cried for the first time in months. Sunday night, she met Diane at the cafe. The USB drive was in her pocket. "I can't use it. I won't destroy your career for mine." Diane pulled out her phone. "Then you should know. I already sent it." "What?" "To Kim Min Seo, medical ethics journalist. I sent her everything last night. By tomorrow, it'll be published." "You had no right." "I had every right. It was my evidence. My choice. You're not responsible for what I do." "They'll trace it back to you." "Probably. But they'll trace it to Kwon first. And that award ceremony, he'll be answering questions." "Why?" "Because someone had to. And because you deserved better than silence." The article publishes tomorrow at 6 a.m. Outside, Seoul glittered, indifferent and beautiful. The hardest truths are often the ones we're most afraid to speak, but some stories need to be told, no matter the cost. What happens when silence breaks might surprise us all. The article published at 6:04 a.m. The headline, "Systematic Surgery Reassignments at Gangnam Severance Raise Questions About Bias in High-Profile Cases." 23 cases. Statistical analysis showing foreign-trained surgeons, particularly African doctors, were systematically excluded from lead positions despite superior qualifications. Dr. Kwon's name appeared 17 times. By 9 a.m., the hospital placed Dr. Kwon on administrative leave. By noon, CNN International picked up the story. By 2 p.m., 30 people protested outside Gangnam Severance, merit over bias. Whose hands save lives? At 3 p.m., Dr. Obi appeared at her door. "They're tracing the data breach. This affects all of us, Amara. Every foreign doctor in Seoul. They're going to crack down. Or maybe they'll stop discriminating. You think this makes things better? It makes us targets. I have a family, sons. I can't afford to be associated with this. No one's asking you to stand with us. There is no us. There's you and Diane making trouble, and the rest of us trying to survive in the wreckage. They're asking me to give testimony about you. And what will you say? That you're difficult. That you don't respect hierarchy. I'm sorry, but I have to protect my family." He left. The door clicked shut like a cell locking. Her phone buzzed. Dr. Kwon Jae-sung to receive Minister's Award despite controversy. The ceremony was still happening. She called Diane. "I need the full documentation. Everything that went into Kwon's award nomination. If I access more files now, they'll definitely trace it. I'll be arrested within days." "Then we'd better make it count." "What are you planning?" "I'm going to that ceremony, and I'm going to tell the truth. They'll destroy you, deport you." "I know, but at least it'll be on my terms." Diane's voice was fierce. "I'll get you everything you need." The next 2 weeks passed in preparation. Diane delivered the documentation. Amara studied them, drafted her statement 17 times, practiced at 3 a.m. The protest outside Gangnam Severance grew, 50 people, then 100. On the morning of the ceremony, she wore her best dress, deep blue like Lagos waters. She pinned the Nigerian flag to her collar. In her purse, all 23 case files and her statement. Diane met her outside. "You don't have to do this." "Yes, I do." "It might not change anything." "It might change everything. Either way, it'll be the truth." Inside, the ballroom was magnificent. Crystal chandeliers, hundreds of doctors, reporters with cameras. Dr. Kwon arrived, looking older, thinner. Their eyes met across the room. Something flickered. Guilt? Regret? Then he looked away. The ceremony began. Speeches about excellence, innovation, the future of Korean healthcare. No one mentioned the article, but everyone knew. Then the main award. "It is my great honor to present the Minister's Award for Advancement in Trauma Care Standards to Dr. Kwon Jae-sung." Applause filled the ballroom. Dr. Kwan walked to the stage, accepted the crystal trophy, began his speech. I am humbled to receive this recognition for work that represents the collective dedication of our entire trauma department. Amara's hands gripped her chair. Merit, not connections. The cases that form the basis of this award, 23 complex trauma surgeries with exceptional outcomes, represent the highest standards of Korean medical excellence. Diane squeezed her hand. A question and encouragement. Amara stood up. Heads turned. Dr. Kwan paused mid-sentence. Excuse me? I'm sorry to interrupt, but I need to say something. Security guards started moving. Those 23 cases Dr. Kwan mentioned, I performed them. Every single one. My hands, my decisions, my surgeries. The ballroom erupted. I have the documentation, patient files, surgery logs. Everything shows I was the operating surgeon, but my name was systematically removed and replaced with Dr. Kwan's. She held up the files for cameras. This isn't about one person's career. It's about a system that erases foreign doctors while crediting Korean physicians with their work. Security reached her. Ma'am, you need to come with us. Dr. Kwan stood frozen, the crystal trophy scattering light across his face like tears. The ballroom was chaos. Reporters shouting, cameras flashing. Amara, being escorted out, looked back once. In Dr. Kwan's eyes, she saw relief, as if a weight he'd carried for years had finally been lifted. She was taken to a security office. Through the walls, she heard muffled chaos. The door opened. Diane. They're calling it. The minister suspended the award. Kwan collapsed. His heart. And the footage? Already viral. International news. Amara closed her eyes. Tears slipped down her cheeks. She'd done it. Destroyed everything. Changed nothing. Or maybe changed everything. Was I right? Diane put an arm around her. I don't know, but you were brave, and you were true, and sometimes that has to be enough. Her phone buzzed. Chidi, the whole family is watching. Father would be so proud. Come home, sister. Come home and let us celebrate you. For the first time in 4 years, Amara thought maybe she would. Not because she'd failed, not because she'd run away, but because she'd finally done what she came to do, prove that merit matters, even when the cost is everything. The truth doesn't always set you free, but speaking it changes something inside you that nothing else can touch. And maybe that's the story that really matters. The one we carry forward, no matter where we go. If you've stayed with us this far, we're grateful. These are the stories that need telling. The end.